This is Jessica from the Crimson Crochet House, and I am doing a tutorial today on how to spray block a crochet project. And you may be asking yourself, why do I need to block anything, and what is blocking? Blocking is when you dampen your finished product and stretch it out to the size it's supposed to be, pin it into place, and leave it to dry that way. And what it does is give your finished product the form it's supposed to have, or the shape it's supposed to have. Most projects that need to be blocked will say they need to be blocked in the description, but you can also block something if you just don't think it's holding its shape properly. It's not going to hurt anything, but you need a few things. I'm going to do what's called spray blocking. You can also completely submerge your project, bring it out, and stretch it out. I don't like to do that for a few reasons. One, you risk damaging your project because you cannot twist your project without possibly damaging it. So wringing it out is kind of a crude process, and you end up with a really damp project that takes a long time to dry, which is another reason I don't really like doing it. And also, I don't want to accidentally mess with any of the fibers by completely submerging them in a water that they're not appropriate, and there's just no point in completely soaking your project unless it says to. Spray blocking is when you stretch it out to the size it's supposed to be, spray it down, let it air dry, and then you're done. Now, you can have a blocking board. I don't. So what I have done is pinned down beach towels to the carpet. And the reason I've done that is because I do not have a blocking board, which is a padded board to pin a project on, that's long enough for this project. It's supposed to be 76 inches in length when it's done. And you can use, if you have a smaller project, an ironing board. It's kind of perfect for this purpose actually, but don't actually iron your project. You could really damage it that way, but you can use it for spray blocking. It works really well for small stuff. I hope to have a blocking board on the wall in my craft room, but I'll get to that when I get to that. You need towels pinned down on your carpet that will at least accommodate your project. I've used safety pins. You can use straight pins. I just prefer safety pins because I know it's not going anywhere and it won't pop out. It seems like whenever I'm trying to get something pinned to the carpet, I can't do it, but when I'm basing a quilt and putting the layers together, I do it on accident all the time. So I guess the key is not to try too hard. You need a measuring tape like the one I have there, a bottle full of water. I use filtered water so that I won't accidentally get any impurities in my finished project, safety pins to pin your project down with, and of course your project itself. This is a project I have just finished for a friend for Christmas, and I will post the links to where I got the pattern and the materials I used and everything in case you want to try to replicate it yourself. But this is supposed to lay flat on its own, and as you can see, the chains are kind of wibbly wobbly, and it doesn't look as nice as it would if it would lay flat. So that's why I'm blocking it. So now I'm going to pin my project down. The pattern says that my finished project is supposed to be 15¼ inches in width and 76 inches long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, and I'll need to put a pin here, and I have put a pin in the edge of my project, making sure not to warp the stitches in any way. Took me a long time to make this. I don't want to screw it up. And then I will measure out 15 inches, and I will stretch my project and pin it down on that end as well. And now my scarf is at the desired width, and I need to measure down the length and pin it down, and then pin down all the sides so that it's nice and stretched out to the exact size it's supposed to be all the way to the end of the project. So I'm going to do that now. Now I've got my project pinned down pretty much more or less the way I want for it to be when it is finished, and you can already see the detail of how much flatter and more detailed it is. Once it is blacked, it will be truly truly beautiful, I think, and I think my friend will really like it. So now that it's like that, you can take your spray bottle and spray down your project. Now my project is 75% wool, 25% acrylic. I'll post a link to what I used, but another reason why I didn't want to do the entire drench method. Anyway, I'm going to spray this down until it's completely damp, and then I'm going to leave it here until it is completely dry. And I'll put fans on it and whatnot, but it's important that you do not unpin it until the entire thing is dry, and that could take a while. Yeah, nice and damp. And it's just like setting hair. You don't want to move it until it's dry. So everything feels pretty dampened down. There's lots of holes in this, so it didn't take too long. Pinning took longer, probably 20 minutes. And I will put fans on, and in as much as a day or two, maybe sooner, we'll find out. You never know, but don't rush it. This little detail can make the difference between a truly beautiful project and kind of a funky looking one. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, just post something on my comments and I'll get back to you. And have a good one.
Blocking this
Bye-bye.
project, and just wanted you to see the finished result. You can see how much nicer it is than it was before it was blocked. Now all of the chained areas lie flat. The stitch itself is easier to see. The whole pattern is nice and flat. So this is what blocking does for a crochet project. I just wanted you to see that. If you have any questions, please post in the comments. And I posted the links to the materials and the book that I found this pattern in. If you use my links to purchase, it doesn't cost you anything, but they give me a few pennies for telling you about it, and that's nice, and it's a way to thank me for giving free tutorials, and I appreciate it. So have a great day, and I'll see you later.